as I said, you know, I called the police on someone one time, right? Because they had my son under my control. Because see, now I know what's going on, you know. And I wanted to get my son from out of that house, you know. But my son, he's 16, and there were many lies told on me from the people in that house. You know, I was on drugs, I was homeless, I was this, I was that. I had been homeless for a couple of days, but I did find a room, so I wasn't homeless. So the police came. I asked the police what their names were, and it took them so long to come, you know. So when I asked them what their names was, you know, the badge said something else, but they told me the names was something else. I said, how's your name that, but your badge says this? I have that shit written down. You know, they make sure shit like that is in my storage room, and I have to dig through that, so it's, right now it's not that important. And I knew then, again, it had to be Scientology. But for some reason, it kept slipping my motherfucking mind. And I knew that that they can impersonate police officers. But what stuck into my mind was, you know, researching it and seeing, as I said, I had got my own room, found a room, and I got my internet going. So I would be on YouTube, you know, and I would be researching this shit, you know. And then I had just met Amy, so Amy gave me all this new shit dealing with technology and stuff. Man, I was on the move. And I saw too that they can perpetrate police officers, you know. And even before then, you know, they would tell you not to stop on a dark road because there were police that were not police. At least the police were saying it was not police, and they were pretending to be police, and they would stop women on the road and rape them, you know. And that, you know, police tried to stop me on the road. I was on my way to work. I lived in Texas, and I'm going to East Bernard, and this is just really cow and horse and rodeo, you know what I mean? It's just country. It's really country. So it's very dark, as though they never heard of Thomas Edison on the road going up to East Bernard. I was not stopping for that police officer. I slowed down. I even put on my hazard blinkers, but I was not going to stop. I stopped when I pulled up into the driveway of where I worked, because I knew that Mr. Jackson, he will be sitting there at the window. He sits there, that's his chair, and he will be able to see me park the car and come in, and he will see me do this every night. It never once. It's like he was on guard to make sure once I got to his property, he will be a witness to see me safe to come in his house. So I got there, I stopped, and the police pulled up behind me, and Mr. J, that's what we called him, Mr. J, he got up and he came outside to see what was going on, you know, because I worked for them a long time. I never stole anything from them, I never disrespected them, I never came out of mouth at them. I went in, I did my job. I was to be his wife companion at night until she went to sleep. And I can sleep. She had a bell. She needs me. She rings it. I go and check her out. And now I need an aid. Isn't that something? Well, I probably won't be able to get one, but I was an aid for many pink females, pink women. You know, pink women. Very few melanated ones, but that was only when they were in the, you know, hospital. They call it rehab. I don't know how you're going to rehab them when they die there. So, which I might have to go into one. Yeah. So Mr. J came out. When Mr. J came out, the police officer, you know, I didn't get out of my car. I had both my hands up. I was taught this by some police that ex-cops, you know, they had these secret meetings, and a friend of mine got me into it. I didn't even know she was going to these things, you know. she just said, girl, you know, I'm going to a meeting, want to go? And so I'm thinking she's saying that, you know, we're going to an Al-Anon meeting, because she got me into Al-Anon too. This was a different meeting she got me into. So I was able to go. And the police, they told us a lot of things about police and how to react to them and this and another. So, and this is way before I come here in Scientology play games with me. So I get up in the yard, Mr. J comes out, the police gets out, he comes up to my car. My window is down already because, you know, it's hot there. And so he asked for my driver's license. I put one hand down, you know, well, not down, but my driver's license stayed over the door right here. I reached up, I say, well, my driver's license is right here. He said, well, reach up and get it. I reached up, I got it. I gave him my driver's license, you know, whatever. He said, well, he just wanted my driver's license and just to get my name so he can call me by my name. He said, Miss such and such, he said, I just wanted to stop you to let you know that your left back light is out and that you will need to get that fixed. He said, no, I am just going to write in my book that I did allow you to know. He said, so get it fixed as soon as possible because it's going to already be down there. I allowed you to know, and the next time you might get a ticket, you know. So I was grateful for that, but I wasn't stopping because I knew back then that police would fake as though they're police, you know, and then years later they come to my house. So now I think, okay, this is street theater, and L. Ron Hubbard is hooked with street theater, you know. And L. Ron Hubbard, he was a writer, a script writer, and I also found him to be with Aleister Crowley. Every time I find something that's dealing with targeted individual, if it is a name, I put the name in with Aleister Crowley just to see what I can find. Then mostly everyone you can find with Crowley. Mostly everyone, I mean it. Put me in, you'll find me with Crowley. I have videos on the bitch. So now I'm not thinking that everywhere I go, you know, I have videos of actors, you know, and I would say, oh, this is an actor, that's an actor, you know. And I didn't know that everywhere I went that it was Scientology that had their members to follow me around. Like I say, you won't know who they are. You won't know who they are. In a sense of where your family member could be a part of Scientology, and they may not be sanctioned to you, you know, to perform street theater on their own. However, they could know someone who uses a device and have your family member to come against you. I mean, I've seen that done. I've seen that done, and I know that a nigga can put your ass under hypnosis. That I know too. And then make you act out what they want you to act out. Like, they can put you under hypnosis. You won't know they put you under hypnosis. And then they'll have trigger words, you know. And then when you hear these trigger words, you will begin to act out what you were put up under hypnosis to do. They can do it that way too. Or they can use a device on you. Now, this is something I want to talk about too, because I'm talking about Scientology. Scientology is doing this all over the world. I ask myself, you know, I ask myself questions all the time because there's no one else to talk to but me. Just like now, I'm talking to myself. I ask myself questions all the time. I'm like, how can all this street theater be going on all over the world? All over the world at the same time. I mean, they do a hoax here, a hoax there. Whatever happened in Paris, I don't know. But people are saying it is a hoax. You know, you just read the title, you know, of the videos, or read the title of the article. You know, it really never got into it, so I really don't know what happened over there. But even that's a hoax. Here in America, they have many hoax. They have so many hoax, you don't even know it's a hoax. Like to say that our water is running out. Speaking of water. Like to say our water is running out. That's a lie. But the way they have the pipes set up, they can cap it to make it appear, you know, that there's no water there. There's no such thing as that. You need to go listen to Deborah. Okay. Somehow, a video I did had begun to play. I don't know what happened, but I was talking about the water, especially here in California. They're talking about it's a drought. There's no such thing as a drought. You know, when they first started saying it was a drought, I told my children that's not possible. I told a lot of people, even in Florida, when they was talking that drought shit, and when they talking, try to explain it to me, it's like someone scratching their nails across a chalkboard. And I can scratch my nails across the chalkboard. It doesn't bother me, but it bothers other people. And when they try to explain water running out here in California and in Florida, I mean, it's like it appears what they're saying just scrambles my brain, and it's like I become very confused, you know, because I'm listening to what they're saying, but I know in my mind that you can't run out of water. Not on this planet. This planet is made of water. People come up with, oh, you can't do this with salt water. However they explain it, it appears to go in one ear and out the other. Because I always knew there's no way the earth can run out of water. I mean, you learn in school, you see pictures, but that can be a lie too. However, Deborah varies. She did a lot of research on the water thing and in smart meters and too, and so she can tell you about that. And to me, that's a form of street theater too. I had a lot of things that I was going to show to make sure I got the words right. But I did leave my phone yesterday. I went somewhere yesterday and I left my phone. And like I said, the water is street theater too, but there's something else, and I had like some notes or something prepared for that, So I'll probably do that when I get my phone. So it's really a camera. I mean, very seldom use it to talk on it. It's mostly a camera. And what I want to talk about too is, like I said, Aleister Crowley and Elmer Hubbard, Scientology. They can pull off all manner of street theater, and they have these devices that they can use. And a lot of SMRT, it deals with the phone. I have notes on that too, but I don't know how to like bring the notes up at the same time that I use this thing here. So, but I wanted to talk. I'm here by myself, so might as well talk to myself. At least when I am talking to myself, no one really interrupts me or tell me I'm wrong or want to argue with me over something that the pigman taught them. And I learned this myself by really studying hard, and also by using the science of Harmobile also. Now I'm going to update my targeting. So I went out only once, since the 16th of November, and that was maybe 9 or 10, 12 days later or something like that. I went out and I went to my physical therapy. Okay, so I hadn't really went anywhere, you know, and I'm using all kind of things to fight electronic attacks, you know, and I stopped taking the medicine because to me the medicine was like you know, like something they made up, another kind of robot that can stop the attacks for as long as the medicine, the pill says it will, like it can stop your coughing for 4 hours and stuff like that, you know, like Mucinex, you know, it can stop your coughing for 4 hours, controls cough and stuff like that, relieves your nasal and congestion, relieves headache and fever. So it does it for 4 hours. So it, to me, you know, and I took it, you know, and exactly 4 hours, I was being attacked again. So I felt like maybe this is some form of, has some form of a robot in it, you know, like nanobot or something, that can actually stop this thing here, that can actually stop the electronic attacks for 4 hours. And as it says, 4 hours, and after 4 hours the electronic attacks will begin again. Man, I had all kind of shit, yeah. I had this shit is no good. I mean, maybe back in the day, you know, 60s and 70s, maybe even 80s, it was okay, but this doesn't stop electronic attacks at all. So I started going like to go herbal, you know, and I take the purple onion juice, and it does stop the attacks, it does. However, I haven't found anyone to talk about the amount that I should take. So I think I was taking maybe a little too much, but it was working, and it does lower my blood pressure, and I was very, very lethargic, although the electronic attacks can also make me tired. So I said, okay, just in case, I didn't take the purple onion juice yesterday, and I didn't take it the night before I went to bed. I think I only took 4 ounces of it because I didn't want you know, I just didn't want to be tired, you know, because I woke up and I, you know, wasn't tired, but I actually began to not be tired after I saw the video on Scientology, and my brain cells begin to just turn and turn and turn, like wheels within wheels, steady turning and turning. And I was thinking, and once I clued in on it being Scientology that was able to have all these people, because they are people, they belong to the Pope, to have all these people dressed in army fatigue. See, army fatigue, I was more than just fatigued, but I was fatigued. And I found that it could be, or it was, not it could be, and it is Scientology. And maybe 6 o'clock in the morning, well, the last time I looked at the clock was like 5:53. So I went to sleep maybe around 6, and I woke up at 9:37. You know, I was still tired, but when I woke up, I began to put a lot of things together, and then it seemed like the fatigue was like wearing off. You know, it's like maybe I was stressed or something, and now that I know this information, I got this information, now maybe I'm not stressed anymore or something like that. So the fatigue, it kind of wore off. I also, that night, you know, I went to sleep at 6 that morning. I woke up at 9:37 that morning. But that night, my son went to get me some herbal teas. I asked him to get sleepy time tea, so, you know, I can go to sleep, and green tea, and not bottled green tea. It holds too much sugar. Because, you know, if you want to sweeten, you use organic honey. So I got these things and I put them together to make, not together, not mix them together, but I put it with water, you know, to make it hot and water. And I slept pretty good that night, you know. And then the next morning I had pretty good energy. You know, I slept pretty good, I had pretty good energy. I didn't cough, not really. I mean, my son left. I didn't cough. When I heard my son key go in the door, I began to cough. And my son walked in and said, "Ima, did you just start coughing?" When I came in, I said, "Yes." But, you know, they tried that before to have it like I'm allergic to my son. So I told my son, I said, "This is like, I guess it's called Tourette's. You know, someone would, I don't know where, just scream out a word or something like that, and most of the shit will be bitch, you know, or motherfucker, and it seemed like they are saying these words at opportune times, you know, because someone has them on the wire and they are electronically doing that. There's no such thing as Tourette's. Man, these people lie to us about so many damn things. And so I told my son, I think the cough is like that because this cough appears to come at opportune times. You know, I can even be thinking, you know, just thinking, putting puzzles together in my head. And the deeper I get into it, I will begin to cough. And when I get my phone back, you know, some of this cough that I do, that they do, I'm going to put it on video so you can hear it. And you know, the deeper my thought, the worse the cough. So, you know, you can hear it and no one coughs like that. Sounds like I'm coughing, sneezing, and laughing at the same time. Someone's programming that shit. And they appear to be able to, you know, like once I start taking something, it seems like they can override my program, you know, like with the purple tea. As I said, I mean, the purple onion juice was really tea to me. I don't know if it's the purple onion that makes me fatigue, because I don't know if my blood pressure is going down. I didn't go to the doctor. I don't know if it's them. There were some other things too I found that you know, would really help this cough when I first started. I've had this cough maybe over 7 months now. It was a cranberry juice. If I drink cranberry juice, the cough will subside, but something happened, it didn't help anymore, you know. Then I found that if I suck on something, you know, like a sucker or even cough drop, it will work. It stopped working. So I say, yeah, okay, you motherfuckers, you override what the fuck I do, you know, because they seem to be in charge or even in control of parts of my body. You know, to be able to make me cough, you have to be in control of something in my body, you know. And then and my daughter, she said yesterday, she said, "Ima, those coughs, won't it give you a headache or an aneurysm?" And I said, yeah, it could give you a headache, possibly an aneurysm. I said it also can make your bladder loose. That's, to me, that's the thing they want to do so bad to me, is to make my bladder weak, because I can hold my bladder for so long. I'm not going to say 5 hours anymore. I used to hold my bladder for 5 hours, you know. because sometimes I get busy, and you know, it just seems like, oh boom, I have to use the restroom, and I just don't want to stop until, you know, I want to stop, because I'm in control of my body. So with the coughing and taking the teas, I don't hold my bladder that much. Now I'm going to come back and give you the 411 on my targeting yesterday, and how they are able to play games with their phone, which is the best mind control instrument these smart bastards have ever made. Shit talker, let you roads.